Hey, nah, this bitch hard, man.
Welcome back to the Moshcast. Posting every Friday, every week, every Friday. Moshcast posts. You know, it's your boy, Almighty Sai, your host. The host that does the most all the time. All the time. I'm by myself today. I'm, like I said, a few pods back. I'm going to try to do a little bit more personal pods, see how that goes. Not really sure how that's going to go, but we'll figure it out. I hope everybody's having a good week. My week has been really good. We had a snow weekend, so it started on Thursday night. Canceled work on Friday. I was off Saturday. I was off Friday, off Saturday, off Sunday. We thought we were going to go back on Monday. Nope. Canceled Monday, too, so we were off on Monday. So I had a 4-day motherfucking weekend. You know what I'm saying? It was sick. And we had Martin Luther King Day off, and I was off that Friday, too. So I've had 2 4-day weekends in a row, and it's been awesome. I've gotten a little bit bored, and I got a lot of the pod stuff done. I did a little bit of some stuff that I needed to get done and do editing and thumbnails and stuff, and faster than usual. I'm usually like the day before getting all that stuff done. So, but I'm 2 pods deep in already edited stuff, so I'm on a fucking roll, guys. Sick. So I hope everybody's having a good week. It's been kind of... We got a lot of stuff to talk about. One, it's a little bit dark in our climate of the world today, but we'll get into that in a second. The reason I bring that up, though, is because there's something that I deal with, and I don't know if anybody else deals with this, but I deal with this thing. I can't pronounce the second word right, so bear with me. But you'll probably if you look it up on Google, you'll figure it out. I stem a lot. It's one of my coping mechanisms that I do, especially in really stressful times. And like when I'm on social media, I see all the stuff that's been going on with Preddy and Renee Good and the ice problem. Fuck ice. With the ice problem here in America right now, and all of the horrific things that are happening on the streets with ice and people dying, people literally getting murdered, people literally getting killed by people. Yeah, we're not going to go there. It's very stressful on my brain. And so, like I said, I stem a lot, and that's a coping mechanism. But there's this thing called cognitive cochlearia. I think that's what it's called, cochlearia or whatever. Cognitive. It's like a stem that is in the brain, and it eats you like a fucking termite, dude. If you deal with this, man, it is something that is, it's a weird feeling. It feels like a tiny vinyl record being played over and over and over inside your head, or like a CD skipping, and it's over and over and over in your head. And I've been dealing with that for a few days, and it's weird because the word civil is the one that is in my brain, and it keeps me up, and I wake up thinking that word, and it's so weird. It's a weird feeling to know that, like, there's things that I do to help stop that. Like listening to music, listening to very loud music, or listening to a pod that gets me away from feeling like that. But it's another feeling whenever like I'm laying down in bed and these words that like come to my brain and they will not go away. They don't stop, and it's like an obsession. It becomes an obsession to the point where I start having not nightmares, but like weird dreams, dreams that I don't necessarily want to have. So I guess they're called nightmares. About the word, about the actual fucking word, dude. How does that even happen? How does that even work? So I've been dealing with that like mentally, where I took a nap before work last night, and that word was in my head, and it was bugging me, dude, bugging me to the fullest. It's civilian, civil rights, civil unrest. That word has just been in my brain, and it's just a constant, like, repetitive, man, my man, my man, my man. Making up scenarios with the word, making up sentences with the word, making up words that don't even are words for the word. Like, dude, it needs to be more studied. That kind of stuff needs to be more studied. Wish there was like a science to back, like there is science to back up the word cognitive, cochlearia or whatever that word is. You can Google it. It's a thing, especially with neurodivergent people. I deal with it. So if you deal with it, comment below. Let me know. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You don't have to air your stuff out like that. But if you do deal with that, there are things, and if you don't know how to deal with it, there are some things that help me, especially right now with civil unrest and the issues going on in the world and the problems that we're having in America. I usually, it really helps me to listen to conscious music. And when I mean conscious music, I mean like System of a Down, Diabolical, Immortal Technique. I found this new band. They're not new, but I found this old band from a CD that I listened to. It's called 1 Minute Silence. They're called 1 Minute Silence. And dude, if fucking System of a Down and Rage Against the Machine had a baby, that would be the band. And it is so good, so fucking good. Like, it's probably on my top list of best CDs that I've listened to this year already, and it's only January. I'm doing this thing on TikTok where I do an album of the day, and so I've been listening to a CD a day, and it's really kind of opened my mind to bands that have been lost in time, music that has been not listened to in a long time. There's obviously going to be CDs that I listen to, like Seether and Disturbed, that I've listened to before. But like 1 Minute Silence, Dust to Dust, what was that other band that I really... Emery. I've heard a couple of their songs, growing up, but I never listened to a whole album. Bro, if you were like one of those screamo head, like... and they're Christian screamo metal. No, I wouldn't say metal. Christian screamo rock. If you were in that realm, because I really like Christian based. It's really weird for me. I really like Christian based metal, screamo, rock music. It's one of my guilty pleasures, or like my weird little thing that I have. Emery is a band that you should listen to, and you should listen to Sailing in Shallow Waters. No, Sailing in Shallow Seas. That album is so fucking good, dude. It's so good, and I reviewed it, and it's a 10. Literally, it was a fucking 10, because I listened to it 3 times that day. That's how good that album is. Such a good album. So if you need a band to listen to, Emery, and then I'm listening to 1 Minute Silence. That's a really good band. So I've been doing that. But what really helps me is like listening to conscious music. Um, Rage Against the Machine. Um, there's a lot of other bands you can probably look up and you can find their music. But 1 Minute Silence is a conscious, System of a Down, Diabolic, Immortal Technique, uh, Talib Kweli, um, and a lot of like rappers that you don't necessarily know that are conscious rappers, like Hobson, NF. Oh man, NF is like a badass fucking rapper. Shout out NF. I like him a lot. A lot of people don't because he's like, he's just trying to imitate Eminem. No, sorry. I'll die on that hill. I will die on that hill to say that NF is not imitating anything that Eminem has done or is doing. He's just a white boy rapper that's speed raps. Sue me if what other people can't do that. What another white person can't speed rap like Eminem? Get out of here! Get out of here! That doesn't make any sense, bro. That doesn't make any sense. But so yeah, I've been dealing with that, and I've been kind of like trying to figure that out. That way, it doesn't like send me into a nihilistic wormhole, black hole in my brain. Just dropped that zinnies in. Found this little metal tin for my zin, so I've been using that to pop a zinni. Yeah, so that, and then freaking Kanye West came out and apologized, which me and Willow, shout out to Willow if you haven't watched that pod, it's the Vegas pod ever. We talked about Kanye West and his issues, and man, and also it really kind of turned me sideways a little bit too, because I know he's a huge presence in the music industry and he wants to stay relevant. Obviously, everybody does. Whenever you get into the music scene, you have to stay relevant or you fucking die off, and then no one hears from you ever again. But he has a mental issue. He has a mental disorder that he has known about for a long time. No, I wouldn't say he knew about it for a long time. He's just had. And recently, in the last few years, he's found out that he's had this. I already knew. Sorry. Crazy enough, I can say that. Because he came out and apologized. And I'm going to say this here too, does not make anything that he has done or said okay. It has not. There's no way he can come back from what he has done. All he can do is apologize and either burn or build the bridges back up that he has burned or broke down, and that's going to be on him. Kanye West, if you wanted to hear that, if you didn't want to hear it, I'm sorry, man. That's what you're going to have to do. I don't hate that I'm the one to tell you. I hope that I am the guy that tells you that. I respect that you are hopefully getting better. I respect that you have came out and apologized. That's a good thing. I think that that's a first step, Hey, I have this issue. I'm sorry for the people that I've wronged and hurt, and I'm going to move forward. Now, that being said, let me tell you what is up with him. He's had a brain injury that has caused him pain, like not pain, but like a fuck up in his frontal lobe, which has caused him bipolar disorder 1. I remember whenever I said he has a bipolar disorder. Why would I know that? Because I've lived with bipolar disorder almost all of my life. I have family members that have bipolar disorder. And I know people that have been in my life that have bipolar disorder, and that's how they act. And they go into like these weird bipolar psychosis rings for a minute, and then they get out of it, and it's all good. And yes, it is all good, but also they hurt a lot of people that are involved. They hurt themselves that when they're doing this. This is a hard topic to talk about. So if you have bipolar, or if you don't want to talk about bipolar trigger warning, it just is what it is. That is not going to stop unless medicated or they figure out a system that works for them, And so whenever all of this stuff was happening with Kanye West, I said he has bipolar. He's not taking his medication probably, and he's in psychosis right now. So when all of this happened, I hit up a few people. I said, I messaged Willow. I said, hey, check that shit out. That's crazy. And some other people had different opinions on it. And it just kind of hurts to know that there's always going to be a different opinion on something that cannot be controlled unless the person that is doing it knows that they need to take medication or therapy or something like that, right? Because I've been in a boat. Let me tell you a story. I'm not ashamed to talk about this story. If I'm talking about mental health, I'm going to talk about my mental health, right? When I found out that I had chronic anxiety disorder or generalized anxiety disorder, aka GAD, GAD, I didn't know how to fix that. I didn't know how to deal with that, right? And there was a night where my ex-friend of mine and one of my still friends of mine were hanging out. And I was dog sitting for a friend of ours, and I was staying the night at their house. And they came over and we hung out. It was around 11:30, 12 o'clock in the night, and I started feeling really fucking weird. And everybody was talking about heading home, blase, blase. And my ex-homie was like, yo, can you take me home? And I was like, nah, like I don't feel right in my mind to take you home. In that moment, I felt like the world was crumbling. Was it really crumbling? No, it was not crumbling. But in my brain, that's how it felt. And they were like, well, we're just going to stay the night here. And I was like, no, you can't stay the night here. I don't, did I have a reason? No. But I didn't want them there, obviously. And they're like, either you take us home or we're staying here. And, dude, I blew up on them. I screamed. I said, get the fuck out of the house. I don't want you here, and I'm not taking you fucking home, dude. Fuck off. And I yelled, and I embarrassed myself, and I hurt them, Not like physically, but I hurt their feelings, obviously. And they walked home. They left the house, and they walked home. And I was awake all that night, because of the anxiety and all that stuff. And then that morning, they worked with me, so I went up to them and said, hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. They said it was fine. But, sometimes that's not fine. Sometimes it's not okay. And it's not okay for you to do that, You have to not be in denial about that. You hurt people's feelings, right, when you do these things. But did I know what was going on? No. And did I have a system to help me go through this? No, it was by myself. I was by myself. Do I think that Kanye West is by himself all the time? No, he's not. He has people around him 24/7. Does he have a good system, though, to help him through these things? Probably not. There is no way there is somebody making sure he's taking his medication every morning or every night or whatever. There's nobody making sure he's not, drinking alcohol with these medications. There's nobody telling him, hey, you have to make a schedule so you can go to your therapy sessions. There's nobody there that is telling him to do that because he is too big of a person. He's too big of a presence for somebody to give a fuck about that. And it's very saddening. That is a very sad thing, man. So when somebody's like, oh, they're doing it to be relevant. They're doing this for publicity, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, probably, because that's what they do. They are a big presence here, right? But the apology actually matters, and maybe you should take that into accountability. Or maybe you should take that into perspective there. Oh, he apologized? And let's see where that goes, right? If it goes uphill from here, I apologize. I'm doing stuff for my community. I'm being a better person. Bro, he's on the right track. If it goes downhill again, sucks and disappointing, and I'm sad about it, but we know where this is going. We know where this is headed, right? Talk about Roseanne. She said some really bad things on a plane. Racial slurs. Wow. She got canceled from her show, right? She goes on and says, I was taking medication because why? She had a brain injury when she was 13 and her frontal lobe. These are the things that need to be scientifically studied harder, right? There are science behind it, but nobody's pushing this agenda. Nobody's pushing these things to help us here on Earth, right? So, I think, let's say Kanye West apologized in a sincere way and said, I'm going to be better, and he does. Great. Let's not forget that he has bipolar 1, and let's not forget that what he has said. We can forgive, but we can never forget, right? But let's move forward on that. That's all I got to say about it. Let's not give a fuck about him being relevant. Let's not care that he's dropping an album. Let's look at him as a human being for a second that has none of that. What would you do what would you do if you knew this person, if he wasn't as famous as he was? If he wasn't the person that he was, what would you do in that situation? Like I said, I've had family members that blew up on me and said really mean, hurtful things my whole life, dog. I can either live with it or I can either not live with it. And those are the two options that you have. And whatever door you open, that is the door you should take. But understand the consequences consequences can be good or bad. So, but understand the consequences then. You know? I told you I got new headphones for Christmas. I finally got a bag for my cords that actually works. I have been kind of abusing my equipment, and I feel bad. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry, soundboard. I'm sorry, cords. I hope you forgive me. And camera. I hope you forgive me. But I've been going back and forth and in and out and show this, show here, boom, boom, boom. And so podcast. And so I've been like gathering all my cords, putting them up in a little ball and putting them in a bag. Not wrapping them, nothing like that. Ugh, I know, it's horrible, it's cringe. It's makes my teeth grind. I get it. But I finally got a bag. And it's a leather bag. It's real nice. Real fucking professional, dog. Professional. So I'm going to start wrapping my cords and making sure all my stuff is in a neat little pile and putting them in my bag and bada bing, bada boom. I've also been using these crates. I've been like kind of collecting crates, like milk crates. And so like every once in a while I'll go to the thrift store and I'll see one or two and I'm like, oh dude, these are sick. And they're like fucking $2 or $3. So I'm like, 100% I'm going to buy it. Got me a new crate. It's called Crate A File. So, it has like little metal bars on the sides. So like you can put like file things in it. But it's sick. It's a sick as fuck crate. I like little niche things. And so I do collect crates. I'm gonna start collecting them more. I don't know if Joby's gonna like that or not, but whatever. What's been going on? I had a show at Idle Art. It was the Rack and Friends show. That was pretty tight. That was before the snowstorm. And then I have I had. Hopefully everything went well. This is me in the future. If it went well, awesome. If it didn't, man, what the fuck, man? You know. There was a show with Wolfie and Rip, me, some other peeps. I hope that goes well. It's also going to be here at Idol Art. If you haven't been to Idol Art, you should probably come over here and check it out. It's been sick, and from what I hear in the background, there's a lot of people. It's vibing up. You know, they're doing a lot of stuff for the community. They're gonna have a really huge show here in March, and I'll put the details out later, whenever I get more information about it. But I do the pod here every week. I do the drag shows here every month, and I think we're gonna keep on doing that for the talent shows. So if you have a talent that you like, bro, I think this would be sick to fucking show, you come over here. It doesn't have to be drag. It doesn't have to be. It can be anything. It can literally be whatever the hell you want to do. We will make it happen for you. I host those. Me and my co-host Siren. Shout out to Siren. They my friend. I love them. But we host those. I'm the DJ, and then we have a lot of fun. You know, we get a little tipsy. We joke around. We joke with the people that are watching. We joke with the people that are doing stuff. It's a fun, let loose time, and you should really come. It's all ages, I think. Maybe not. I might be lying, because a lot of the drag things now, it's like you have to be like 18 or whatever the fuck. Loser fucks, idiots. God, I hate that shit. Who gives a fuck what anybody else is doing? I talk about that all the time. I'm done talking about that shit until further notice. You know where I stand. Idiots gonna be idiots, and that's as much as we can do. Oh, I have to say one thing before all the fucking this shit. Willow, shout out Willow, Ray Ramos. If you haven't listened to their music, listen to them today. Listen to their music today. They are my 1, Hispanic, 2, transgender friend. And they've spoke about it here on Pod, and we've talked about those things on Pod. And if you haven't watched it, go back to the Vegas Pod ever, because we talk really deep on that stuff, both of those, being Hispanic here in America and being transgender here in America. And they are both. Boom. Right? This weekend, or the snow weekend, they posted a video. Very mad, valid. Very mad, valid. You're valid for being upset. Boom. Because 1, they're Hispanic, and 2, they're transgender. And both of these, right now, in this climate of the world, are getting a lot of heat, right? With ICE, with political views of being gay, lesbian, transgender, LGBTQIA+, being queer, all of that shit, right? Crazy that we have to, that's a problem here in America. That we're dealing with that. Like, bro, there's the homeless population. How about that? The mental health crisis. How about that? Let's worry about those things. Let's worry about why my rent is my whole paycheck. How about that? How about it? No? You want to talk about gay people? Oh, okay. Oh, all right, cool. How about we talk about how groceries, you walk into a store and it's like $300. Oh, no, you don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about people living their lives the way they want to, and you're mad about it? Oh, okay. Let's talk about how healthcare is literally killing people, right? Because they're denying people the healthcare that they need. Oh no, you want to talk about which bathroom somebody should go in? Oh, okay, right. Idiots, right? Anyway, they post this video on Facebook, and No hashtag. I want to be very clear because there is a conspiracy that we have seen on Facebook right now. So I want you to start taking notes because this is the crazy part about this, okay? You know where I live, Amarillo, Texas. Willow and all these people, they live in the area, okay? We are no bigger than anybody on this fucking planet. We are a speck on the fucking map when it comes to our presence here musically and our presence here on YouTube. Blase, blase, boom. There's a conspiracy. Get your notepads out. Get a pen because it gets fucking crazy. They post this video being very upset about this situation. They talk about, Trump and the ICE, and if you support them, get the fuck out. We don't want you around, right? No hashtags. Write that down. Willow posts a video, no hashtags. On his own personal profile on Facebook. And literally in an hour, the fucking video gets so many fucking comments. 100, 200. Whenever I started commenting, it was about like 30, 40 comments on there, right? And I was like, okay. I didn't know these people. I didn't know that if Willow knew these people. All I knew is that they posted this pod. I'm getting tongue-tied. Hold on. They posted this video, and comments started rolling through. Very mean, hateful comments, hate speech, death threats, crazy. I was twisted at the time because it was Friday, and I was like, I'm going to sip a little bit, and I was drinking, and it was real late. So I was commenting back and, kind of defending them. Not kind of, I was defending them, Because the fuck? I'm feeling good, fuck you, and also fuck you for fucking supporting Trump and ICE. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? We're getting kind of like heated. An hour passes, 100 comments, hate speech, death threats, talking about their looks, talking about their hair, talking about anything that those people were pointing out was just physical, and also it was like, I know you are, but what am I? Meh, type of shit. It was crazy. Went to bed, woke up, 400 comments. Bro, what? 400 comments on a post? That's insane. Again, no hashtags. The day goes on, 600 comments, 800 comments. That's fucking outrageous. Again, I've never gotten that much push on my stuff. Actually, you know what? A lot of people that I know, they don't get a lot of push on their stuff. A light bulb. Psh. Willow, I'm talking to Willow. Yo, dude, this is getting crazy. There's getting a lot of comments. They're like, yeah, dude, I wonder if it has to do with something about me being transgender or whatever. Guess what I do that every smart person should do that wants to find something out? Google the shit. Now, get your pen and paper out because you're gonna want to hear this. Conspiracy 1. This is your podcast for Conspiracy 101. Sit down, class. We're going to talk about some conspiracies. What's the science experiment? Willow posts on Facebook. They are transgender. They are Hispanic. They don't like ICE and they don't like Trump. Those that's the issue. The video gets pushed. Hundreds of comments on this post. Hate speech and death threats, right? From the fucking super right-winged fucks, red pill fucks, right? So I went on Google and I said, does Facebook push transgender posts to right-wing people on Facebook? I think that's what I put. I think that's what I put in my Google search. Guess what it fucking said? Yes, they do. You know how much? 46% of the time. Huh? 46% of the time, it gets pushed to right-winged red pill fucks. If you're transgender, if you don't agree with them, you know why they do that? To rile people the fuck up. Huh? Write that down in your paper, folks. That's what's happening. Which, these things need to be heard, right? These things need to be said. You don't need to be quiet about these things. You need to speak. Your words matter. Your voice matters. The passion that you have for these certain things need to be pushed. You need to do it. It matters, right? But for a company like Facebook to push this type of material to a community of people of hate and disregard for other human beings, that's just riling everything up. That's just putting more wood into the flame, putting more fire on in whatever the fuck they say. Right? Conspiracy or coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so, man. That's fucking crazy. Today, I think it's like at 2,600 comments of the same, not the same person, but the same kind of people. You're just one of those weird blue-haired fucks. You know, you don't even know what you are. He, she, they, them, whatever the fuck. Talking about their skin, talking about their hair. Bro, what? That's just riling up people. Zuck can suck my dick. Right? That's a cool shirt. Zuck can suck. Obviously, you know exactly what that's going to be, you know. So, do with that information what you will, and more power to you. Hey, I'm just the guy. I'm just a ginger fuck with a mic. We're doing work as much as we can, and that's the thing too, is I was sitting here thinking like, what else can I do here in Amarillo? What can I do more here to be an advocate for the Hispanic community and for any community that is being fucking brutally abused by our government and brutally, like, I don't even know the word. You've seen this stuff on TV. You know what's going on. What can I do more? You know, I post and I'm on pod here speaking about what I believe and how I believe in stuff, and there's people that I know that are like, it doesn't matter. Like, your words, you need to do more. And I'm like, okay, well, I am trying to do more. Like, what else can I do without fucking dying? Because that's the problem now. It's like, if I do more, I'll die. If anybody does more, they'll die. You know? So, I'm just doing as much as I can. You know, if anybody has any ideas on what we can do here in Amarillo, let me know. I've been thinking about doing a show, a benefit show, a protesting show, I don't know, something like that, to say fuck you to the white fucks. You know, and it's weird too, because it's not just the white people anymore. It's like white passing Hispanics, and I don't want to get into that kind of race shit, and but goddamn, you would think, you would think, you don't though. You would think, no, you don't. You don't fucking think. Anyway, Also, this that snow weekend, my daughter went to go spend the night with her friend, and they called me at like 1:30 in the morning. I was watching a movie, and they called me at 1:30 in the morning, and I found out that Phoebe watches my YouTube channel. Eh? My daughter watches my YouTube channel. She's like, Dad, look. And it's like, what was it? Oh, it was Rolling Up, the music video for Rolling Up. Oh, no. That was not too bad. That was not bad. Silly, you know. And I get a little embarrassed, too, because, you know, she's my daughter. She's 9, you know. And I know that she's going to watch this stuff. And I think to myself, like, am I embarrassing? Am I going to embarrass her? Are the things that I say what I want her to hear? Not necessarily, but she's going to, right? She's old enough to know that her dad does a silly pod and does silly music and does silly music videos and is living his life and is having fun doing it, you know? Yeah, we talk about silly stuff here on pod and we talk about butts and boogers and silly shit. But at the end of the day, I just want her to know that I'm having fun and that you can have fun and you can be silly and speak your mind and have an opinion and be a genuine person all the time, you know? And so she told me that, and I was like, oh, man. And her friend and her were giggling and stuff, and it was fun, and it was sweet. And, um, you know, it kind of made me think, you know, because she was like, well, Dad, what is this one? And it was Trap Bunny's pod, and then, oh, Dad, what is this one? And it was, you know, some other shit, you know, or the doghouse. What do you know about the doghouse? And it was like, oh man, you know, come on. And you know, some of those things are like, oh, dude, like, I on the pod, I don't necessarily like get embarrassed, you know, but it was my daughter, and she's the only. I think the only, like, I don't want to say this because I love my sister, but I feel like she's the only one that actually gives a fuck in my family, and she's my kid, you know. I think she's the only person that gives a fuck that I actually do this because, you know, she'll talk to me like, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, I got a show and I'm doing this. I got the pod, and she, you know, she talks about the stuff that I do. And, yeah, so like, you know, it was just funny actually seeing her in real life, like looking at my stuff. And then I gave it a few days and I called her and I was like, hey, can I be like cheesy with you for a second? And she's like, what does cheesy mean? I'm like, I don't even know how to explain what cheesy is, you know. But I was like, hey, like, it's cool that I think it's cool that you watch my stuff, you know. I think it's very cool, and I just don't want you to feel embarrassed about watching my stuff, and you know, I was kind of like trying to see what she felt about who I am and like what I do with musically and with my pod and stuff, and she's like, no, Dad, like, I think it's cool, and you don't need to be embarrassed. And you know, it was just nice to hear my daughter say that. You know, when she turns into a teenager, you know, because she will, she's gonna be a fucking devil. But you know, it's just cool to know that, like, I don't know, I don't know. And also too, like, I want to say this too. This is, and if you get anything out of this pod today, I want you all to think about this. If you have kids, you know, that are growing up, and you're obviously in the climate of this world, and we're trying to decide whether or not what is right and what is wrong, and our political views and our stance on everything and blah blah, right? I want you to really think about something. I really want you to sit here and actually think, what would I want my kid to hear if I died today? Like, if I died today, what would I want my kid to hear from me after I'm gone? If they had all access to your social medias if they had all access to your YouTube channels or whatever channel that you have, if they had access to all of that, what would you want your kid to see that you did? Would you want them to see that you threw hate and death threats and hate speech to people on social media? Would you want them to see that you had a hateful opinion about a race or a color of a person or where they're from? Would you want them to see that? Or would you want them to see you joking around and being corny and being silly? Would you want them to see your YouTube channel with your silly music videos or your silly videos that you did rating who's funnier or doing cringe videos, or which one would you rather them see? Because that's where I'm at. If I died today and the only thing that my daughter could see after I left was my podcast and my music that I posted, would she be proud of me? And I think that she would. And not even proud. I think I I would be able to make her laugh and be happy and laugh with her friends about being silly. Instead of my daughter questioning who I was as a person, because why did I hate Hispanics? Why did I hate illegal immigrants? Why is that even a word in his vocabulary? Why is he hate speeching to this person that has nothing to do with their life? Willow has nothing to do with these people's lives, and they're sitting there on their computer throwing hate at a person they don't even fucking know, dog. And they will die, and their daughters and their sons and their parent or their loved ones will see this guy was a piece of shit. And yeah, I'm just glad that when I pass away, Phoebe will be able to see some type of happiness and enjoyment that I've tried to give to everybody, that I've tried to do, and I can give that to her too. And I hope if she, she'll see this too, and I hope she understands. Anyway, dude, this is a really fucking crazy fucking deep dive of a pod. Tearing up and shit. God, what do y'all got me doing out here? What do you got me doing? Nah, but hopefully this year we're gonna change some stuff and we're gonna figure it out. And by golly, you'll see me every week. By golly, you'll hear what I have to say about it. I ain't gonna stop saying about it. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna take a little break. Okay, I'm back. Had to recollect my thoughts. Ah, all right. So, what else has been going on? It's a lot easier to do pod with people, with a lot more people involved. I get really lost in my head and like the conversations that I have with myself, and I need to continue to progress in that with being by myself, on camera and on the mic, and it being more personal, And I think I'm good, but it'll get to an extent where it's like, oh, I've lost all like thought process of what that is. Um, been like working on a lot of music, and I've been doing a lot of shows. Like, good lord, like hopefully this year, is as good as it was last year. Because last year I was like doing 2 shows a month, about 2 shows a month. It started around like my birthday last year, and then it kept on going and going and going. So I want to keep on doing that. I have a lot of cool ideas that I want to do with the pod. I think I'm going to do this "Who's This Mosh Pit" thing, and I'm going to try and see if that works or not or whatever. But you know, think this is gonna be a little bit of a shorter pod. My brain's just not in it, you know. Right now, I don't know. I'll work on it. But yeah, just I hope that everybody has a good rest of their week. Have a really good weekend. Um, I hope that like I said, the things that are going on in this world right now are kind of like working themselves out. It's weird, man. It's weird because like you want to be the positive guy around all the time, and I've dealt with this a lot, especially like socially. Like I gotta be here, you know. I gotta do pod. I gotta be here and do pod. I gotta be there and do shows. I gotta be there and do this and that. And if I don't do it, then I'm just letting myself down. I'm letting myself down, not even everybody else, because you know, at the end of the day, it's like they don't matter, right? They do matter because they're your friends and you care about them. You care about this community. I care about Idle Art Studio, and I care about the people that are involved here on the pod. Like I really do care about y'all. But at the end of the day, if I don't show up, I'm letting myself down because I made a promise to y'all that I was going to be here. You know, and I've been a very positive person my whole life. You know, my parents always say, you know, you're always happy. You were such a happy kid, you know. And then I grew up, and then I started realizing like I was just fucking masking. I had to be happy because no one else was around me, you know. And I don't even know what you would call that. Like the kids that like get stuck in this loop of like I always gotta smile. I always gotta be the funny guy. I always gotta do this and that. And you can't always be that because it really, really fucking tears you apart. At the end of the day, it tears you the fuck apart. You know, I learned, you know, I had depression and then my anxiety disorder and all this other stuff, and it was very hard for me. It was harder for me finding that stuff out at an older age than I would have if I found out at a younger age that I had these issues. And now I have to push myself sometimes to continue to do these things. Not for you, not for anybody, but I have to do them for me because if I don't, then I stop. And y'all have seen it. If y'all are a fan of the pod and y'all been watching, y'all know that I've taken like months off. I've taken a year off. I've taken this and that off. I've been, you know, blah blah blah. And the only reason that I would do those things was because if I stop one time, I'm stopping until I go back to it. And I don't like doing that because I get in this loop of like, oh, next week, oh, tomorrow, oh, next month, oh, we can wait until then, we can wait until that. And I can't. You can't wait. This is not going away. This is not going away. You have to be not. You have to stop being in denial about that. This is not going away. The stuff that's happening on this planet that you see on a daily basis, they're not going away. You know, until they do. But you know what I'm saying. So you have to push yourself to continue. You have to push yourself to say, you know what, even though this is going to be a bad experience, or this is going to be not what I thought it was going to be, I have to continue to do so, and I'll keep this shit in because fuck it, right now, why not, right? I talked about all that stuff, and then I just hit a fucking wall. I hit a fucking wall, and I was like, what? I got nothing. I got nothing going on in my brain right now. And then watch. When I go to work, I'm going to sit there and be like, I knew I was supposed to talk about that, and I fucking didn't talk about it because I don't remember. I should write that shit down, you know? Those things. When people say, dude, you should write this stuff down. You should do this. You should do that. It's like, yeah. And then I don't do it, you know? And then I disappoint myself, too. But at the same time, it's like, does anybody do what anybody says, you know? Does anybody say, yeah, that's a good idea, and then they do it, you know? Hopefully. Maybe the stuff that I've said on this fucking piece of shit thing, people hear it, and they absorb it, and they're like, oh, you know what, Si was fucking right, you know? I don't want to, I'm not that guy, I'm not that person to be, like, your therapist or anything, you know? I hope that I help, though, you know? But I had to keep on doing these things even though I don't feel good, because it's not good for it's not good for me to not do them. It's not good for me to just stay in my house and not do shit, you know. So let this be a lesson, you know. When you go out and do a show, or when you out and go do pod or whatever the fuck you're doing, and it's just not clicking, no, it's a better feeling to do it and have a hard time doing it than not doing it at all. I think this is very personal. This is a very raw experience that I think you're seeing with me right now, especially because I don't have anybody with me to speak on anything else. Um, these are the moments where it's really hard for me to be a creator and for me to do these things that I love to do. Um, because the world is a vampire. The world will suck you the fuck dry sometimes, and I deal with it my own way, and you you'll deal with it your way. But I hope it's in a good way. I hope that I can see you next week. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You catch my drift. You'll see me next week. You feel me? You catch my drift. Um, I get very dark in my brain. I get very sad and nihilistic. That's the one thing that's really bad about me. It's like I really care. I really empathize for people, and I have empathy for people. Um, but there's moments in my life where I get really really frustrated, and then nothing matters. And I go, why does me doing pod fucking give a fuck? Why does me doing music actually give a shit? Because nobody cares. In in the grand scheme of things, nobody really cares, you know. But it should care for you. It should care for you, and that's something that people have to work on. People have to really look inside themselves and be like, why do I need this validation from everybody? Because they don't. They don't validate you. They don't validate you the way you need them to. So, what is that concept? If it happens time and time and time and time again, and it's the same fucking thing over and over and over again, I think it's time for you to change that perspective and change the way that you see things and look inside of yourself and say, does this make me happy? I'm going to do this because it makes me happy. Not because I make it make people happy, not because I want validation from everybody else when I do it. I also believe that artists in general get they're hungry, they're starving artists, and it's a weird imbalance of life and artistic ability. This is why people go fucking insane when they do this shit. Because I don't get much out of this. I don't get a lot of things out of this except for meeting new people, talking about their experiences, and doing my music. But the only reason I do these things is because I have a pod and I make shows. or people ask me to do shows with them, and so I do them. But if I didn't have any of this, if I didn't have my artistic ability, if I didn't have the pod, if I didn't talk on the fucking mic and be annoying, there wouldn't be anything. You know? It's a weird sociopathic way to see things. It's like, oh, brother, this guy fucking thinks way too high. It's not about that. It's just, I've talked about it. You have to know that you're the best. You are the best you are. You're the best you there is. You know? You can only do what you can, or you can only do what you do. No one else can. And so, like, if I wasn't here doing what I do here, then there wouldn't be this. You feel me? Are you catching my fucking drift, you know? And it's like, bruh, you're not the fucking king of the world. Yeah, I'm not. But, you know, if Erratic wasn't here, there wouldn't be erratic things. If Arcade wasn't here, there wouldn't be arcade things. If Joby wasn't here, if Idle Art Studio wasn't here, there wouldn't be a Joby thing. There wouldn't be Idle Art, you know? And sometimes we just have to buck the fuck up and say, you know what, fuck it. Like, this is a weird pod, and we fucking do it anyway because I love y'all, and I love my people that watch this shit. All three of you. I lost 2 subscribers. What was it, a few days ago, because I posted that video. I posted that pod, the Vegas pod ever, and then when I posted it, I lost 2 subscribers on YouTube. I wish I knew who y'all were, but I don't. I don't know who it was. Oh no, boo hoo! It's probably because of what I was talking about. So fuck them all. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it on that note. You know, think about the things that I said. Think about the things that happened today, and we'll see you next week. And like always,
Hey, nah, this bitch hard, man.
welcome back to the Moshcast. It's me, Almighty Sai. Hope everybody's having a good week. Welcome. For people that have not been here before, this is your first video. Welcome. Hopefully you don't get disappointed. You know, I can be disappointing sometimes. I was thinking about how, like, funny people are, or how funny anybody is today. And at least, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I am super funny. Sometimes I feel like I'm not. And people like my dry humor and stuff like that, boom, just right out the fucking door. Anyway, sorry if I seem raspy today. The weather, Texas weather fucks me up respiratory wise. We had a little bit of some wind blow, and then some rain came, and I felt a little scratch. I felt a little 30-year-old scratch in my throat, and I said, "Yep, I'm down for the count. I'm down for it." And it was funny because I felt the scratch in my throat when I was going to work. I was like, "Yes, sick, man. This is gonna happen while I'm at work. That's tight." So that happened that night, and then I woke up feeling like caca, and so I'm just now getting like over it. I have a show on Friday. So cool getting sick and then doing pod because you have to, and then also doing a show. But I'm getting over it, I promise. I'm not dying. Unfortunately for some, apparently, today has been not the best day. So I have a lot of things to talk about today. I'm going to be by myself. I thought we would just sit here and chill as a community, so to speak, community. So yeah, I've been sick, kinda. I've been like, my nose is stuffed and throat's itchy and stuff. I haven't been like really sick. I think it's like that hay fever shit that people get. So bear with me in my sniffing and my coughing and my voice. Rock on, dude. Rock on. Right on. Right on. You know. I hope everybody's having a good week. You know, it's been fucking crazy out there on them streets. It's been wild out here. I feel like we're like on a ticking time bomb, you know. We look at the news every single day. There's something crazier and crazier that happens. And everything that we learned in a week is just forgotten about. And then we go to the new thing that we are worried about the next day, you know. We have a lot of desensitization, like a lot of, not desensitization, a lot of censorship going on, especially in TikTok and like Facebook and what our government wants us to see and doesn't want us to see. We have a lot of censorship on what they want us to hear, don't want us to hear. And it's just a big old mess. It's a big old mess. And I just want everybody to know that we're all good. I'll touch bases on this a little bit. I have a big like little PowerPoint, I guess, I wanted to talk about when it comes to the politics and censorship and Jesus, I'm sorry, guys. Censorship going on in the world and stuff. But I want to talk about physical media. I don't know. I've been like grasping. I get like super pissed off, right? I get super pissed off. And Joby gets really mad at me because she's like, there's nothing we can do about it. Either you pay for it or you don't. And I just don't think that we should pay for it at all. I don't think any of the artists should pay. I feel like media is like a free source. I think that should be a free source for everybody. Whether it be news, music, video, and maybe I'm just an extreme type of person where it's like I grew up on YouTube being free, and we just did videos, and that was it, you know. But I feel like YouTube should go back to that. I feel like every platform that you have some type of media, you should have, it should be just a playthrough. HATE, actually, shift, or all caps, HATE ads. HATEADS. I hate them, dude. I hate them so fucking much. Why? Because they're annoying and they ruin the vibe. And I'm like driving down the road, and I've talked about this before, but I'm driving down the road and I listen to a song or listening to a playlist, and I'm about to get to my spot, and then 4 fucking ads come up about dog food and the Chrome and Google and whatever food that you can order online. Bro, I don't even use any of those, dog. I don't use none of those. You use Google back then? Yeah, I use Google and I have it and it's done. I don't need to watch another ad for Google. I'm not like a fanatic about Google. Oh, I wonder what Google's going to come up with next, except for just searching what I need to know on the internet. How about Google just be the place where you search things up on the internet? How about Chrome being just what you use to search up the internet? So dumb. We all know what Google is. We all know what dog food is. Yeah, I guess I'll pause on that one because dog food, you always want the best food for your dogs. That's understandable. A lot of these companies don't give a fuck anymore, especially McDonald's. Did y'all see that ad? Or not ad. Did you see that little video of the CEO of McDonald's eating that burger? That burger? Good. You know, I can't even remember the last time I had McDonald's. McDonald's used to be fun, right? It used to be a place where you would go and play and eat and be a fat fucking kid. And they had the Ronald McDonald and the clown and the little bird and Grissom or whatever the fuck his name is, and the Hamburglar, and all them weird pom-pom people. McDonald's was a magical place. McDonald's was a place where you could go and all of your dreams would come true, or you could leave your problems at the door. McDonald's was like a church, you know? You leave all of your woes and your pains and your problems at the door because Ronald McDonald would take care of it for you. And you walk in and you hear the machines and the ice cream machine and the grill and the you know, you hear all of that stuff, and then you would hear you hear all the people talking, and you know the kids playing in the play place, and you smell, and it smells like grease and fucking fries and hamburger and all that ketchup and fucking everything. And you're like, wow, this is the place to be. This is the place that I want to go to. I want to go to here every day. Mom, can I go to McDonald's so I can have a hamburger? You go there, no problems anymore. McDonald's was the place where all that got muted out in the front of the door. You order your Big Mac and your large drink and your large fry. And you get an orange high C. Bro, orange high C fucks, and it will fuck until I die. I love orange high C, bro. There's something in that orange high C that's like a drug. I'm addicted to that shit. I will drink that always. If they have it, any place has it, I'm drinking that. I will like, I don't want to drink that all day. Like, I'll go to like Wingstop, because Wingstop has it. And I'll go to Wingstop and I'll have it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to drink this the whole time. So I'll get I'll drink that, and then I'll drink like a ginger ale or something. But I always have to have orange high C. It itches the fucking back, the little worm in my fucking brain. It itches it fucking soothes the wormhole in my brain. You go to McDonald's and you get those, and I was gonna say worship, but like you sit and you're content. You sit and you're content. And you think, wow, this is pretty much the closest you could be to happiness. At that moment, that's the closest you could be to happiness in that time. And you're just thinking about all the good things and your kids and your life, and your kids are playing at the play place. And you're like, wow. And Ronald McDonald, you look at the wall and Ronald McDonald's there. Everywhere you look, there's a fucking clown. And you're like, wow. Life could be this silly. Life is this silly, you know? You got fucking Grimace over there, fucking just, howdy do? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, friend? Everything's okay. Your car broke down? Fuck it. Grimace, yeah. He gets real mad. He's like, your car broke down? Oh, don't worry about it. Fuck it. And fuck everybody else. This is your time. This is your time. Eat the burger. Watch your kids play in the play place. Eat your burger. Man. And then now McDonald's is just like a corporate. I'm normal. Corporate. You want something to eat before you go to work? Go to McDonald's for their McGriddle. You want to get something after you get done with your 16-hour shift at work? Go get a double fucking cheeseburger. And you walk into the fucking building, and it's like, dude, the sounds have changed. They sound corporate. You look at the walls, it's all corporate. Ronald's nowhere to be seen. They fucking killed him off. McDonald's said, fuck this clown, and shot him right in the fucking head. Right between the fucking eyes, too. They said, see you later. And they fucking tied up all of the fucking characters on a fucking wooden stake, and they burned them alive. Because that's not McDonald's anymore. That's not what McDonald's is about anymore. It's not about fucking clowns or Grimace or the chicken or Hamburglar. It's about business. You eat McDonald's because you're business. You wake up in the morning, you want to go get your coffee? McCafe. Yeah, fucking Mick. What are you talking about? Mick coffee. Hey, I'm hungry for something. McGriddle with McFries or a Mick, whatever the fuck the potato patty thing is called. Mick hash brown. How about you Mick suck my dick? How about you Mick fuck off, you know? Bring Ronald McDonald back. How about you bring Mick Hamburglar back? Oh, man, I just worked a 24-hour shift at the hospital, and I'm really hungry. I don't want to cook for my 5 kids and my husband. I wonder if I can go. Let's go to McDonald's where they feed us human, supposedly. Maybe. Who knows? That's the rumor. That McDonald's feeds us humans. Or whatever the fuck it is. It's not beef anymore, bro. You can't tell me that is beef anymore. You can't tell me that we're eating beef. 100% the FDA is saying, yeah, it's some kind of something. I mean, it passes. We can eat it. We're still alive, aren't we? That's what FDA is. It's like they run these tests and they're like, well, nothing's happening and nobody's actually really dying. So, yeah, I guess it should be okay to eat. Yeah. Mick, fuck off. Mick, I'm gonna shove my shoe up your ass. That's what I say about it. Anyway, sorry about the McDonald's tirade. He ate the burger and he acted like it was the most nastiest thing that he possibly could ever eat. I've never sat there and said, "Oh, look at this product. I'm gonna eat," and then go. He did the fucking Squidward little fucking on the fucking patty. That's what he did. The episode where Squidward was like trying the Krabby Patty and he got his horse ass teeth and like. That's what that CEO did. On camera, live. Bro. And the burger was fucking big, dude. And I'm a big guy. The burger was huge. And he was like, huh? Bro, get out of here. Get out of here, bro, with that shit. You're going to tell me this whole fucking burger right here in your face. And you go, I love you. What the fuck, man? You're crazy. That's crazy. And then Burger King and Wendy's was like, look at that fucking weirdo over there eating his weird ass burger. It kind of felt like they were at a table at work. You know, they're at lunch break. That weird guy that goes in the corner. That's McDonald's. And Wendy's and Burger King were like, bro, what the fuck is he doing? That's weird shit. That's cornball shit. And then they have their own burgers and they're eating it. On camera, they're eating their burger like a normal human being would. I don't know about what y'all believe, but that motherfucker right there, that motherfucker is not real. The CEO for McDonald's, he's not real. Not real. He probably doesn't even know what eating is. It was on a teleprompter, probably. Make sure you use your mouth to eat this burger and swallow it to your stomach. And he's like, I don't eat. He's an alien. I don't eat. I don't eat anything. That's wild. That's crazy. No wonder McDonald's is fucking. I am 100% surprised that McDonald's is still a fucking thing right now. To be honest, you're telling me I eat everything. I'm gonna do a dad joke. I'm on a seafood diet. Everything I see, I eat. I do eat it. I eat everything. The last time I ate McDonald's was probably 2020. Bro, I don't even fucking remember. McDonald's makes my stomach hurt. It makes me sick to my stomach. and I eat like a fucking animal. I'll eat shit. I've eaten 3-day-old pizza before. I eat gas station food. Huh? And you're gonna tell me that I can't eat McDonald's because it makes my stomach fucking turn? There's something wrong with that burger. There's something wrong with the ingredients inside of that burger. It's probably human, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's human. I don't know. Maybe we should be eating burger that makes my stomach hurt because it's probably human. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Human or something. Think for a second, guys. Come on. Anyway, this all turned out. This whole thing was about ads. Anyway, and physical media. I don't want to know about any of that shit, right? So I started collecting CDs. I had a small little CD collection, and then I got a CD collection from a lady that I worked with. Shout out. And then I've grown. Here's the thing. Music, literally, ironically, not ironically, whatever you fuck you want to say, literally music to my ears that I can listen to a whole album without any fucking disturbance. You know how peaceful that shit feels? Put my headphones in, boom, and then I listen to a whole album that I want to listen to without any type of disturbance. No ad. No ads about ads. No ads about ads about ads. No, not even the band himself saying, hey, I want to give a quick shout out to. None of that either. No. No sponsorships. Nothing. You know how fucking peaceful that shit is? When I can put my headphones on and be out of whatever the fuck is going on here in the world. Doop. And I'm gone for 2 hours. Y'all need to start getting into physical media. I'm telling you, it is good for your health. I'm no specialist. I am no scientist. I am no doctor. But I think physical media is healthy for you. Please digest at least 5 hours of physical media a day. Bro, I'm telling you, you need to get CDs, vinyls, whatever the fuck. And you need to get iPod. Bro, getting an iPod and downloading go to LimeWire and downloading all the music you want to listen to, so there's no ad. When I blow up, right? Copyright, by the way. Fuck y'all. When I grow up, I'm going to make a platform that there is no ads. You will pay a one-time fee for it. And then you will never, ever in your dreams have ads. And I've also thought about maybe having ads that like are important to everybody, like things that like you enjoy. Like I'll be like, what do you like? Let me get you informed. Let's figure something out. If you like this certain thing, watches, shoes, fucking clothes, or news media or something, and then you take a little survey, and then we give you the ads that you want to listen to. Because, dude, I love commercials. When I was a kid, I loved whenever I watched funny commercials. I love funny commercials. They're funny as fuck. I laugh at them every time. Little jingles, little jokes, little gas, whatever. And they're like Maytag, the Maytag guy, bro, I fucking love that guy. He's funny as shit. I love Maytag guy. He's dope. Because they make it funny and they make it real, right? But the ads that we're seeing today, it's all AI, it's all fucking garbage, slop, blah. So, please, I'm going to, Bad Magic is coming up. Joby has a booth, and I'm going to be a part of that. I'm going to be selling CDs. So if y'all want to get like your CD collection up, or if you want to start collecting physical media so you can start listening to music, I'm your guy. I might even give that shit away. I think we need to do a free thing, or, it's not going to be like fucking $20. It's going to be like $5 a CD, whatever. I don't know. It's got to be cheap. It's going to be cheap as fuck, and I'm going to have a booth there, and I'm going to be selling my CDs. So if you want to get your CD game up and your physical media game up, I got you. Also, if you want to get like a CD player, like, what if I have a CD player? I want to go on Amazon. I don't do Amazon because I don't do Amazon either. Because fuck Amazon. I don't do Amazon either. So, where? High Fidelity. High Fidelity sells physical media players. That's crazy. What do you mean physical media players? That's a real thing. That is a real thing. Look it up. Physical media players, CD, vinyl, cassette, bleh. Walkman. He has Walkmans. Boom. I have a CD player I got from him. Shout out High Fidelity. Shout out Ray. I love you. Mwah. Give you a little kiss. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Mwah. His shit is good. And I have a little spot, but I keep it to myself. I have a little spot that I find CDs, and it's really good and comfy. And I find my little, but I gotta keep it to myself because I find my good shit there. Ray has some good stuff. Ray has great stuff at his store over there at High Fidelity on 6th Street. Little promo, boom. High Fidelity on 6th Street. Go there, you know. So get your physical media up. I think we're absorbing too many stuff that we don't give a fuck about in our brain. You know. We're talking about ads. We're talking about all of the things that we like consume whenever it comes to like McDonald's for one, or fucking news for one, or whatever. You know, you start hearing fucking shit going through your brain, and you're like, why am I overloaded? Why is my circuits are not connecting anymore? Because you're just so fried. We're fried, guys. Hey, let's sit down for a second. If you're not sitting down right now, sit down. Let's take a little seat. Let's take a little sitter, okay? Get you a little drink. I have my tea. I'm not drinking today. Yeah. I get it. I'm not drinking today. I'm chilling out because I'm sick, and also I've been kind of hitting the bottle a little bit too hard, so I need to chill out. Right? Sit down. Get a little drink. Pack a little bowl. And let's talk about something. There's a lot of things going on in the world today, a lot of fucked up shit, and it's going to continue to be brought up, and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and you're going to see all of these things, and the war in Iran, and the ICE problem, and the Epstein files, and it's just still we're still going to talk about it, guys. I'm sorry, we're still going to be talking about it, you know. But today we're not going to be talking about all of that. It's an umbrella, you know. We're going to be talking about it as an umbrella. A lot of crazy stuff is happening, and you can look around, look at your neighbor. A lot of crazy stuff. Look at your neighbor on your right, and your left. That's a lot of crazy stuff. Give your friend a pat on the back. It's gonna be all right, bro. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Hey, man. Hey, it's gonna be okay. Okay. This goes out for all the artists and the people that I'm around, and all of the musicians, and all of the people that were kind of just born with a talent, you know, that use their talent for this, you know, music and art and doing things for the community, and making life weird and crazy and silly and fun. This is for y'all. I want y'all to listen up. Get your notes out. Right now, it's really hard for us. Right now, it's really hard for me. It's hard for my girl. We've been like dealing with a lot of stress. It's just sometimes you think it to yourself and you wake up and you're like, it's not even fucking worth it, man. It's not worth it. Why is it worth? Why am I even doing this shit? It doesn't fucking matter. And sometimes you need to say that to yourself. You're right. Sometimes it just fucking sucks. Sometimes it's crazy out here in these fucking streets, man. And we get real down on ourselves because we can't change anything. We can't help this. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough power. We don't have enough anything to stop what is happening on this planet. And that's just facts. I wish I could. I really wish I could. I wish that if I did something here right now, that it would change. But it's not. It's not going to happen. I might make a movement of sorts. I might move something a little bit, but it's not gonna stop the war. It's not gonna stop ICE. It's not going to stop the Epstein files from ever even happening. I don't even know why that's a fucking thing. You get what I'm saying. But what I'm really trying to say is that we can't stop. We can't stop doing what we enjoy. We can't stop doing art. We can't stop doing music. We can't. because we are the people that people look forward to, right? I'm putting a little bit of something on your shoulders here for a second. We are passionate about these things, and we love doing these things. We love making music, and we love doing art, and we love making something out of the ordinary. And that's our therapy, right? And when all of this stuff fucking happens, it just all burns down. And you kind of just sit there and be like, man, what the fuck? I did this piece of art. It doesn't fucking, it's in the ether of whatever. It's going to be put in my closet, whatever the fuck. But you can't let you can't let the world fucking determine what you can and can't do right now. It's so fucking heavy out there. Right? We have to continue to do the shows. We have to continue to paint. We have to continue to do comedy and little skits and theater and all of the things. Because we are human beings, and we have a power that nobody else has. We have a power that nobody else can hinder, or is that the word? I don't know. That nobody else can gather up. They have their own powers, and that's great. We're talking about you, man. We're talking about you. I might be rambling on, but right now is not the time to stop doing your things because the world is so on fire. Right now is actually the best time to do your things because the world is on fire. You need to make the world a better place for where you're at. You are the jester. We're the jesters. We're the ones that entertain people. We're the ones that when they walk into a door of this place, they're like, I can not feel anything right now. I can finally just be. I can finally just breathe for a second. I can listen to this shitty local rapper named Almighty Sai, and I can listen to his music, and I can get drunk with his ass, and then we can just fucking be people, man. So, just take that in. I have a show next week. I don't know if I want to. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so tired of seeing all this stuff. Take a break on social media then. I didn't want to fucking do this today. I was sick. I woke up and I felt like shit. And I was sick. I'm sick right now. But I have to. You have to do these things, man. I don't want, and then some other shit happened today, and I was like, bro, what the fuck did I even come here for? What the fuck did I even come here for? Nothing's working out. Nothing's happening. No one's here. It's me. I'm doing pod by myself. Nothing's working out. But I think that's what this is. This is what these moments right here is why it matters. These moments right here is why it matters. Some people need to be told these things. I'm the one to tell it. No, sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm the one to fucking tell you. We could go back and forth on why you shouldn't do anything. Then don't do it then. Do something else. I don't want to do that. Then what are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing on this planet? I did the pod last week with Damar. I think I talked about it. Do a fucking shitty job. Do a 9-to-5 job that pays the bills and takes care of the family. Do not stop your shit. Do not stop your music. Do not stop your art. Because some fucking orange-haired fuck is destroying the world. Don't stop because you are oppressed. I'm oppressed. We all here are oppressed. Because there's an oppressor. There is an oppressor that is oppressing us, right? Use your God-given talent to fight the oppressor. Use your God-given talent to fight the oppressor. That's too much. That's too much, Sai. Okay? Let me have fun then. Can you please do your shows so that I can go and have fun? Can you please do shows so I can fucking feel something, dog? Can I see your painting so I can feel some type of way other than hate and anger and depression and sadness? Can we just hang out and talk about music? Can we hang out and talk about art? Can we hang out and do, you know? I'm rambling. Stop. We're done. That's it. That's all that needs to be done. That's all that needs to be said about it. Don't stop doing your shit. Right? Don't quit. Don't quit. You have to keep on going. You matter. I matter. We all matter. You matter the most, though. In this situation, you matter. Because I appreciate you listening in. And I appreciate people watching the pod. And I appreciate all that shit. And whenever certain things happen, I'm still here, bitch. What the fuck, you know? So. Oh. I just need to get that off my chest. I was dealing with that a little bit this week, and I've been watching other pods. I've been watching, I watch pods at work and stuff, and oh man, I might need to take a break so I blow my nose. I'll be right back. I'm back. Maybe I sound a little bit better. I should have done that at the beginning of the pod. Sorry. You heard me fucking dying on camera. Yeah. So I've been watching. I watch pods. I'm a little obsessed with it when it comes to like podcasts and stuff. I listen to pods and music. That's all I do. Call me crazy. Call me silly Willy guy. And I saw that fucking Lil Dicky had started a pod, or it was like his first podcast or whatever with I can't remember what's his name, that guy that he did. It's his best friend, Selena Gomez's husband. Who's Selena Gomez's husband? Joby? Who's Selena Gomez's husband? Benny Blanco. He did a podcast with Benny Blanco, Lil Dicky, and Benny Blanco did a pod, like their first pod, and it was so awful, so bad. Call my pod bad all you want. I'm not going to be as dry as that bullshit that I just like. The 5 to 10 minutes that I watched that fucking pod. I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't know what it was. You've had a show. You've had a show, Dave. Right? You've been on camera. And then y'all talk about not wanting the pod to be called a podcast. For why? That's so weird to me. We do things differently here. That's what it sounded like. We own a hamburger shop and we do things differently here. Churches, when churches do that, we do church differently. That's what it sounded like, dog. I've always, even like with Lil Dicky and stuff, like I kind of listened to his stuff, and I saw his move and get your clout, whatever, get your flowers, dude. Because if it worked for you, it worked for you, bro. But bro, pods are not for y'all, I guess. And your feet, bro. Your feet were so dirty. Your feet were so dirty, bro. That's crazy that you put your little dogs, your little pigs out there for the whole world to see, and the bottom of your feet were the color of dirt outside. That's crazy work. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Not really into Benny Blanco, not really into Lil Dicky, and I'm not really into their pod. It was wild. They were like, yeah, we don't want people. This is not a pod. This is something. We're gonna talk for an hour or two, and we're not gonna call it a pod, even though that's what podcast is all about. Is talking on a mic to people about things. Whoa, that's insane. Crazy idea. What if we get on a mic and we talk for a few hours about silly things that are happening in our life and in the world, and we have questions, and then we what is that called? That's not called anything, is it? Yeah, it's called podcast. No, I don't want it to call it a podcast. I'm gonna call it my own thing. I'm gonna call it Bing Bong. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it. I don't even know. I can't even think of a word for what that would be. Let's call it two guys on a mic and we talk. Let's cut out the word podcast and then say, and we'll put two guys on a mic and we talk. Hey, do you want? Hey, Eric, do you want to get on my two guys on a mic and we talk? Hey, Vance, do you want to get on my two guys on a mic and we talk? That doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. That doesn't make any sense. There's a word for it. It's called podcast. That's what we do here. Joe, I mean, you and even then, whenever you talk about these kinds of things, because you want things to be different, like churches, we do things differently here. People have already done it, bro. People have already done this thing. So you're invalidating the people that have grown this community, bro. Yeah, I think that one episode, and then you're done. You tried it. You tried the waters. It didn't work out. You're done. You're done, skis. Sorry, little Dicky and Benny Blanco, that it didn't work out. But y'all are millionaires, and y'all fucking do everything else. Sorry, it didn't work out for you. I'm sorry. Crazy stuff. Crazy. Um, that was crazy. Hey, Arcade, do you want to be on my two guys on a mic and we talk? Or would it be better if I said, "Hey, Arcade, do you want to be on my podcast?" And you know exactly what a podcast is. Hey, what's a two guys on a mic and we talk? What's that about? What do we do on there? What's a two guys on a mic and we talk? Hey, Dad, can you tell me a story about whenever you were on two guys on a mic and we talk? That sounds like one of those like hipster indie rock bands, and their band name is called Two Guys on a Mic and We Talk. Yo, what's up, guys? We're two guys on our mic and we talk, and this is our song, Love Jerk. You know, insanity. I have a show at a new spot. This last Friday. Whenever this drops, it would have been last Friday. I have a new pod. Or Jesus Christ, now I'm getting jumbled up. I have a new show, or a show that I'm doing at a new spot. This last Friday, it's at the Rockwell Event Center. Never been there before, and there's a lot of people that I know. Shout out Too Cold. Shout out Sunburn. Shout out Ivy, Willow, Chino. Shout out Doug K. Shout out all them homeboys. Shout them out. I know them. They're going to be there. They're going to perform. It's going to be sick, hopefully. Sick as hell. 10 minutes. 10-minute sets or whatever, but it's going to be a big... Jay Peso. Shout out Jay Peso. He's going to be there. I hopefully we jammed out. Hopefully whenever I see this pod, or whenever I do the show and then I see this pod again, it was fucking sick. Whenever I do the show, do the pod, next week, boom. I get my shit mixed up, dude. I've gotten so mixed up with my scheduling and stuff. I got shows coming up. January and February were a little bit slow. I had a few shows in January, and then February was just like, whoosh, and I only did a podcast, which is great. But now March hitting up, I've got shows like stacking up, two or three a month, and that's great. I love that. But my scheduling, I gotta get my scheduling back up because I'm getting confused on when everything's happening. I'm getting confused on where everything's going and what everything's happening and doing, blah, blah, blah. Right? So I get my scheduling mixed up, and I'm talking about this right now, but this will be next week, not this week, which would be Friday of the show. So, hey, man, in the future, we did great. You did great at that show, right? You did great. I saw that. I saw you do that show. It was great, man. It was sick. Watch it be fucking horrible. Watch I fucking fuck shit up. I've had a few shows that I fucked up. I've had a few shows that, like, bro, man, it was awful. You know, nothing towards anybody. It was just like me. Camera or computer fucked up, or like, you know, something fucked up. It always happens to be it that, you know. But yeah, new spot, Rockwell Event Center. Hopefully it's cool. Hopefully it's good. Some of the stuff that I wanted to do, hopefully continues to go that way, where I do new spots and stuff, and that's awesome. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a short pod today. I don't have a lot of things happening now. People that, you know, some people were like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just rambling, fambling on. Nobody's here today, and that's okay. I'm here today, and I'm telling you, it's okay. You're watching today, and that's okay. If you got anything out of this pod today, physical media is good and healthy for you. McDonald's is bad and unhealthy for you. And maybe, we don't know, human, I don't know, maybe we're eating people, I don't know. McDonald's, I don't know. The world is burning. And we have to move on, and we have to keep on going and keep on pushing and doing this thing that we call art and talent and passions and aspirations. We got to keep on doing that, okay? I believe in you. I believe in you. Sai believes in you. Moshcast believes in you. Do not be censored. Do not be censored from all that shit. So, got your notes? Boom. I hope everybody has a good week. And like always, I love you. You talk this thing, go fuck yourself. I'll see you next week. Like always,
Hey, nah, this
go
bitch
fuck
hard,
yourself.
man.